So over the last couple of years, it really seems that mountain bike companies have gotten the geometry dialed for maximum performance on their bikes, with most updates to the bikes being very minor tweaks to the geometry and the majority of the update being to the build. And due to this, most mountain bike frames tend to look alike, with very few mountain bike companies actually trying to do something different aesthetically. But Atherton Bikes has just made a bike that looks very, very different to the competition, and it's called the S.170. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at the details, builds, specs, and pricing for the S.170 to see if Atherton's racing pedigree can make something truly special. So now, let's get to it. So the S.170 is made by Atherton Bikes, which if you've never heard of them, it's a bike company that was formed by the Athertons, which are a family of championship mountain bikers consisting of siblings Rachel, Guy, and Dan. And while Atherton Bikes has already had a handful of models in their lineup, the S70 is their first model that's made of aluminum. So the S70 is the more affordable aluminum version of Atherton's A170 model, which has 180 millimeters of travel in the front and 170 in the rear. And it's also a mullet setup. The S170 is made of 70-75 aluminum that's joined to CNC manufactured lugs using double lap shear joints. Atherton does this so they can use 70-75 aluminum, which has a 70% higher fatigue performance and 70% higher ultimate tensile strength compared to 60-61 aluminum. The S170 uses a simpler DW4 suspension platform that's designed for small bump sensitivity, optimal ride height, and progressive kinematics. The S170 is also meant to fit you like a glove, with an available 12 sizes, which are determined when you order your bike by entering in your body measurements. Due to this, there's a lot of different geometry differences in the sizes, but the basic measurements is that the bike comes with a 63.6 degree head tube angle, an effective C-tube angle ranging from 76.6 to 78.6 degrees, and chainstays ranging between 430 and 440 millimeters. And to keep things simple and clean, the bike uses internal routing, and the only threads on the whole bike is the bottom bracket and the protective covers. And like all Atherton bikes, there's a lifetime warranty on the frame. And for the S170, there's actually 3 different builds. The first being the S170 III, which is the most affordable build. This build comes with a RockShox Domain R fork, a RockShox Super Deluxe Coil Ultimate shock, a SRAM GX NX drivetrain with a 12-speed 50-tooth cassette, Hayes Dominion A4 brakes, Stans Flow S2 E-Sync wheels, Continental Total Enduro tires in the front and in the rear, and an FSA cockpit. The S170 III will retail for $5,080. And next is the S170 II, which is the middle build. This build comes with a Fox 38 Performance fork, a Fox Float X2 Performance shock, a SRAM GX drivetrain with a 12-speed 50-tooth cassette, Hayes Dominion A4 brakes, Stans Flow S2 E-Sync wheels, Continental Total Enduro tires in the front and rear, and an FSA cockpit. The S170 II retail for $5,820. And last of the full builds is the S171, which is the most expensive build. This build comes with a RockShox Zeb Ultimate fork, a RockShox Super Deluxe Coil Ultimate shock, a SRAM GX X01 drivetrain with a 12-speed 50-tooth cassette, Hayes Dominion A4 brakes, Stans Flow EX3 wheels, Continental Total Enduro tires in the front and the rear, and the FSA cockpit. The S171 will retail for $6,349. But if you want to build your own bike, Atherton does give you that option, with the frame coming with a Fox DHX2 coil and a rear axle. And the S170 frame retails for $2,962. So overall, I'm a big fan of the S170. And while there's a lot of competition in the super enduro category, Atherton has proven in the past that they know what they're doing. And while it would be nice if the prices were a tad bit cheaper, I can't really complain too much because Atherton is a boutique brand. And let's be real, this bike looks mint. But hey, this is just my opinion. What really matters is, how do you feel about the S170? Do you like it? Do you plan on picking one up? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.